Ladies and gentlemen, So What Morning Show back in the building as is commonplace. You know I like to do a summation of the show. And, I'm just going to say, man, for as long as we're able to do the show, you guys should respect the fact that in a lot of ways we're putting ourselves on the line to have this conversation so you can have it in the privacy of your own home. This ain't private. This is very public. Broadcast all over the world. So with that, I say this. I'm going to start with this story. My son is my youngest is 12 years old. And he asked me, he said, Dad, why are white men stronger than black men? He said, because they're in control of everything. So they have to be stronger than us. And I said, wow, that was pretty heavy. He was like, because he said, when I look at black men, I think black men are stronger, but we're not. We get dominated by them. He's 12 years old. I said, son, what makes a human, because I had to explain to him. I said, a gorilla is 8 times stronger than a man, but yet he's on the brink of extinction because of man. I said, a chimpanzee is 4 times stronger than a man. I said, what makes men be able to dominate animals? He said, I don't know. He was like, well, what is it? I said, it's organization. It's intellect. Well, Dad, are white men smarter than black men? Because didn't we create civilization? So if we created civilization, how can they be smarter than us? I said, no, they're better organized than us. How do you disorganize a people? You strip the knowledge of who they are, who they were. Whoever came up with the strategic war plan of making history a lie, right? You can't say it was white because the Egyptians lied on the walls, right? The Egyptians lied on the walls. You go read the walls in Egypt, they never tell of losses. They only write the victories. So the Egyptians are like Mayweather. They're 47-0. They're not going to tell you when they lost. Right? But that's what I'm saying. That's the history, right? History's a lie. So I explained to him that it's organization. You can't be organized in a society that will inundate you with information that is beneath your intellectual capacity. Right? I'm going to give you information that is designed to distract you. I was distracted by Megan Good's tatas. Yes, I was. I was distracted by who's Dwayne Wade's wife. She looks very delicious to be 40. I was distracted, yes. I've been distracted all week from all of those. Rihanna, Jesus Christ. I was distracted, yes. And that is what the design is about. While we're organizing and planning, we're going to distract you. And it's easy to distract when I teach you stereotypes. That's how we interface, through stereotypes, right? Listen, coronal mass ejections. While you're watching The Housewives of Atlanta, we're in what is called a solar maximum. Happens every 11 years. More sunspots on the sun means more coronal ejections. And a big enough one could knock out every aspect of technology on planet Earth. We're in the 11-year cycle, which may not die down until 2020. You wonder why the police departments are being over-militarized? Because humans are animals. You let a pig go from a domesticated situation, a pig will go wild in 2 weeks. Imagine what humans will do. Right? We saw Ferguson, it didn't take long. If you don't have an organizational plan for the next natural disaster, whether it is natural or unnatural, how are you and your family going to survive? Please keep in mind what kind of culture we live in. You think you're free, but freedom is a lie. We live in a peonage society. Sound familiar? Peonage. Look it up. Peonage is a condition of involuntary servitude imposed to exact repayment of an indebtedness. Our whole monetary system is based on debt. You trying to tell me that Beyonce and Jay-Z is worth $1 billion and you aspire to accumulate $1 billion of nothingness? They're where they are because they've been selected to be there. Because willingly or unknowingly, they are perpetuating a concept, an idea that the powers that be want to convey. No accident. Beyonce is on stage with feminism and lights behind her. It's almost laughable that you can't see it. I'm doing this show because I need us prepared. What if the Bloods and Crips, I always have to go back to this. What if they were our emergency disaster response team that organized, right, the community after an earthquake here in Los Angeles, right? Go to door. Yo, we're harvesting food. We're harvesting water. We got a space down here for people to come. We're going to manage this whole situation. How about it? We don't have that. And as long as we're looking for government subsidy, government support, government whatever, how can you call yourself independent? It's a tough way to look at it, but this is the reality. I just want to say we have to organize. I'm Zoe Williams, and that's my final thought.